Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium Singles video here on iStarly TV. This is part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium Singles ladder. And today I am bringing back the team that I featured in my last Battle Stadium Singles video. This is my bulky Chien-Pao, Choice Banded Swampert, and bulky Incineroar team. In the last video I said at the end that, it was looking like maybe Breloom could be cut, like that was the Pokemon I used the least. We're going to try it out still just exactly as is, and maybe that'll determine, maybe today's video will determine what kind of changes I want to make moving forward with the team. So quick rundown, if you want to learn more about the team, you can watch the previous video. I will post a link to it at the end of this video, and it'll show kind of exactly, the specifics of each moveset. But we've got Choice Banded Swampert with Terra Grass. We've got, Focus Sash kind of lead Breloom. We've got my bulky Incineroar set that I've been using that's been really good. We have my anti-lead kind of Choice Scarf Espeon. Then we have my bulky Chien-Pao set with max HP and max attack. And finally, there is pretty traditional booster energy Flutter main with the Stellar Terra type. So that is the team. We're going to see how it does today. It performed pretty well for me in the last video. I think I did pretty well with it. I had one game where I made a little bit of a misplay and ended up losing, but otherwise the team was really good. And when I was testing with this team on Showdown, it got me really high in the rankings. I beat some really top players with it, and it felt really good. So let's see if we can emulate that here. Here is game number one. My opponent's team is pretty interesting. They've got a lot of Pokemon from the very beginning of Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium Singles. They've got Garganacl, Clodsire, and Meowscarada, who were all really good back then, but aren't as good right now. They also have Ceruledge, which is really cool, and of course, potentially scary. I do like Chien-Pao here. I think Chien-Pao looks really good. It has a decent matchup against everything, and it has things that it can do against everything, so I do want to bring that. I guess the question is, do I want to lead with Espeon? Obviously, Espeon doesn't like matching up against Meowscarada. I think typically if it's lead Meowscarada, they're going to have Focus Sash, and I think just in general, Meowscarada typically runs Focus Sash, so if I lead Espeon, I could Dazzling Gleam and probably take it down to the Sash, but then it'll probably kill me with like a knockoff. Incineroar also looks pretty good here, I think. Incineroar, Chien-Pao, and is Swampert good? If I bring Swampert, I feel like I would probably want to Terrastalize it. I guess the question is, who do I lead with? The problem is if they lead with, okay, I'm going for that. If I lead with Incineroar and they lead with Meowscarada, it is possible that they have Toxic Spikes. I think that's a decently common move on Meowscarada as a lead. So if they get up Toxic Spikes, that could actually be really annoying. Not only that, I didn't really think about this, but if they lead Meowscarada, my only move to hit it super effectively is actually Flare Blitz. So, that's kind of rough. But they actually lead with Dragonite, which I'm happy about. I think I'm just going to start with a Will-O-Wisp. If they led with Dragonite, I think it's probably pretty likely that they might not just be like a standard like Dragon Dance set. In which case, Will-O-Wisp might not be as important. Like if they're the annoying like Fire Spin, maybe Air Slash kind of build, obviously they don't care if they're burned. Although I'm sure it's annoying still because it takes away a little bit of their HP, especially for a Pokemon with multi-scale, right? But my plan here is just to burn it and then go for knockoff right after to knock off their item, obviously. They are Dragon Dance. Well, in that case, this is going to be really good for me if I can get this burn off. They could have Lumberry, but typically I don't think Dragonite runs Lumberry. No, of course that's going to happen. That's annoying. All right, well, that just sets me back a turn. I should still live any hit from this because we did have the Intimidate on them. Now that they know I'm going for Will-O-Wisp, though, they might switch. And they do have a couple of Pokemon that are immune to status effects, like Garganacl and Gholdengo. So they could switch into those. I don't really mind that so much, though, because I have knockoff for Gholdengo. I also have Flare Blitz. And then I could just knock off the Garganacl as well. Although Garganacl's very annoying. They are thinking, though. That really sucks, though, that I missed. Had I not missed, like, again, I get to kind of catch them off guard. Although, to be honest, if you're seeing Incineroar, like, you probably should expect the Will-O-Wisp. Maybe? I don't know. But either way, yeah, that's going to be a real setback. Because if I hadn't missed... Oh, they get to go into this. That's really good because they have Flash Fire. Oh, they don't. Okay. So they have weak armor. I'm just going to knock off here. Excuse me. Yeah, I know they have weak armor. This could be kind of bad, actually. Let's see what we do here. Knock off. Yeah, we take them down to their Sash. And they're going to Bitter Blade. Excuse me. You know what? This is so risky. Well, no, that's... Well, they're not going to Bitter Blade, right? What move would they go for? Close combat? I mean, if I go into Chien-Pao, I'm dead. But I have Rocky Helmet, so they would die. There's no way they're going Bitter Blade here. Do I just stay in? Do I Terrasilize? No, I don't think I Terrasilize. Huh. Honestly, this might sound really dumb, but I'm going to go into Chien-Pao here. I know it means I probably die, but I think Incineroar is better for taking on Dragonite. Maybe that's really dumb. Oh, wow, they Destiny Bond. Okay. In that case, I think I'm probably dead to the Destiny Bond, which is the same thing as what I had expected. Gonna Sucker Punch, because if they they're not gonna Shadow Sneak. Yeah, I think I'm dead here. I'm pretty sure I'm dead, which is again the same thing as if they had gone for like close combat on the Switch. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting Chien-Pao to die there, right? So that's fine by me. We trade 1 for 1. Gonna go back right into Incineroar, because if they go into Dragonite, we obviously have a great matchup. If they go into anything else, I do have the Parting Shot, and I could possibly knock off or Flare Blitz if I need to. So we'll just kind of see what they go for. They go Meowscarada, but we get the Intimidate. Might also just burn them as well here. I think the Flare Blitz is pretty obvious. We're definitely gonna want to save our Terra for Swampert. So, I mean, Incineroar is really important here. They U-turn, okay. So they have U-turn. That could mean that they're Focus, I mean that could mean that they're Choice Scarf. Well, duh, we saw the Focus Sash, so they're not Focus Sash. So it looks like they're Choice Scarf. I mean, possibly Choice Banded, but that didn't do very much damage. I mean, of course, I got the Intimidate on them, and I am very bulky. But, I mean, they're aware of the Will-O-Wisp. They're probably expecting me to go for it here. If they don't have Lumberry, this is a really, really good situation for us. Looks like they don't. Good, perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to knock off, and then I'm just going to Parting Shot right out of here. Knockoff will get off some good damage, get rid of their item, whatever that happens to be. If it's Loaded Dice, which I think is the most common item on Dragonite. Okay, we take that really well. Actually, in that case, given that... Well, let's see. Weakness policy, interesting, okay. I think we can still Parting Shot here, because Knockoff is not going to do that much damage anymore. We're going to take some damage from the Outrage, but this will get our Citrus Berry, so we should be pretty healthy when we face off against Meowscarada later. And they're going to be at -1 attack, plus they're burned. So, I don't remember. I think burn cuts their attack in half? I think? In which case, I mean, their attack stat is really low. That's the point. Go into Swampert. And I'm not going to Terra just yet. I'm just going to go ahead and Ice Punch here. If they stay in, they're dead. If they switch, they're dead. So that works out really nicely for us. And then, of course, we do have the Terra Grass, so if they go right into Meowscarada, we can Terrasilize. So we finally get to do something with Swampert here. Looks like we're going to get to finish this game with Swampert, which is awesome. This Choice Banded Swampert. So we get to knock out Dragonite, go into Meowscarada here, and I will Terrasilize because I do think it's pretty likely they're going to go for Flower Trick. And if they do go Flower Trick, this is just perfect because we resist it, and then we get to deal super effective damage because their Protean will change them into a Grass type, into a pure Grass type. Plus, that'll help me with Incineroar later on when I go back into Incineroar. So if they make a crazy prediction here, I mean, I feel like I feel like we still survive a dark type move unless they're choice banded. They could go for knockoff, which would honestly be a little scary, but again, I think it's pretty likely that they're choice. So whatever they go for, like if they go knockoff, then when we go back into Incineroar, we resist it, right? If they lock themselves into Flower Trick, then same thing. They also have U-turn, which we know about, but oh, you know what? I don't think they would do this, but if they lock themselves into U-turn, that could actually be pretty bad for us here. I didn't think about that. If they go for U-turn here, I wonder how likely they are to predict Terra Grass. Play rough, nice, okay. So they're a fairy type now, so we take that not very well. And of course, oh, they get the attack drop, no way. Oh, and their life orb? How did I not see that before? Freeze? All right, well, that's a little rough. Okay, so they're a fairy type now. I still think we're okay. Especially with the life orb, that's gonna help us a lot. That really sucks though that they got the attack drop, because we would have dealt a lot more damage. That would have kind of guaranteed the win for us. I guess that's a smart play for them to go for play rough. So now we go into Incineroar, we Intimidate. That's very helpful for us. They're not going to Flower Trick. Flower Trick is always a crit, so like if we were not a fire type, they could just go for Flower Trick and they would ignore the Intimidate. I think I just Flare Blitz here. I think we survive any hit. They have Play Rough, they probably have Flower Trick, they definitely have U-turn. I'm pretty sure they have a dark type move like Knockoff. So I think we're good. I'm sure we survive a Play Rough, although they are a fairy type, so it will be Stab. We take a Play Rough, they take some Life Orb damage, and then we should knock them out with the Flare Blitz. I'm pretty sure that their best move against us is Play Rough. Again, we know about U-turn, which we take neutral damage from. It'll do less damage than Play Rough. I'm pretty certain they have Flower Trick, because why would you? Oh, this is actually smart. I didn't think to knock off here, but I didn't think about the fact that they hadn't terrestrialized yet. Oh, they're just Terra Grass. Okay, cool. Interesting. I wonder why they did that. Knowing that I'm a fire type. I mean, unless they're... Oh, I see what they're doing. Interesting. Okay. I should still resist. I mean, I resist, right? I should still survive is what I mean. Yeah, we take that really nicely. I mean, good play by their part. Like, I see what they were doing there. They're just like, okay, let's just see how much this does, right? But at that point, I think we were just in the driver's seat there, because we would definitely survive Play Rough. Not only that, but Play Rough has a chance to miss. And like I said, Play Rough was just their best move against us. So once again, Incineroar is just such a dominant Pokemon. It's just so good. People don't expect it because it's not very common in singles, but it's on the rise, I would say, and you know, it's just fantastic against almost every physical attacker. So that game went really well for us. You know, I think we played pretty well. I'm also really grateful that they didn't bring Clodsire and or Garganacl and or Goldango, but Swampert did a little bit of work there. You know, I didn't really see the Play Rough coming. Again, if they hadn't gotten the attack drop on me, I might have been able to knock them out with the Ice Punch anyway, but either way, that's a good game. Let's go to the next. Game number 2, we've got Ting-Lu, we've got Toxapex, two of the tankiest Pokemon in the meta, and each of which is very annoying. The funny thing is, I think Breloom's pretty decent against both of them, simply because it has Spore. I like the thought of leading with Breloom, however, Breloom is rough against Ogerpon and Iron Bundle. Actually, mainly just Ogerpon, because we cannot put it to sleep. But what do we do here? I think I do want to lead with Breloom just because Ting-Lu is just so good. I mean, we do also have Espeon. Espeon is also both good against Ting-Lu and Toxapex. Excuse me. Swampert's also pretty nice here, although Swampert gets destroyed by Freeze Dry from Iron Bundle. So if I'm going to bring Swampert, I need to bring something that can help me against Bundle. And honestly, I think that's going to have to be Fluttermane. Fluttermane is also just good against a lot of their team anyway, so I like Fluttermane here. I like Incineroar, but I've been bringing it a lot, and not only that, but there are a couple Pokemon where I don't really love Incineroar, so I think I'm going to bring Breloom, and definitely Fluttermane, like I said, and then finally... If I bring Swampert, can that cover its own? I think it can. I think Swampert's fine. The problem about bringing Swampert is I might have to commit to the Terra if I bring it. Honestly, this could be a little scary. This could be a little rough, but we have a lot of pressure. We're finally bringing Breloom. This is finally a team where Breloom looks pretty good, but we'll just have to see what they lead with. I'm expecting Ting Lu, but they also might lead expecting me to, yeah, they might expect me to lead something that can beat Ting Lu. I think I just Spore here. I could also just Bullet Seed. Oops, I meant to do this. Bullet Seed could be decent. Do I Bullet Seed it expecting like an Ogerpon switch? Or I could Rock... There's a lot of options. I could Mach Punch expecting an Ogerpon switch. You know what? I'm just gonna Mach Punch. Let's just pressure them. Yeah, they are switching. If they go into Ogerpon here, this is gonna be very good for us. They do. That's great. I almost went Rock Tomb. Rock Tomb would have been best of all, but this is just fine, right? Yeah, there we go. Now, here's the funny thing. If I want to guarantee this kill, I can Terrastalize here. You know what? I'm just going to play super aggressively here. I'm going to Terra and Mach Punch. We know that one of their other Pokemon is weak to fighting, the Iron Bundle. So just having that advantage against two of their Pokemon, having such a massive advantage against two of their Pokemon, I think is worth the early Terra here. So, and if they Terrastalize, it doesn't change anything because they don't change their typing at all. Yeah, so we just guarantee the kill here. And then if they go back into Bundle, we threaten to kill that. We also can just Spore it at that point. And then anything else they go into, I think we have a solid matchup. So this is just really good for us. We just turned what I said at the beginning was kind of like a disadvantage against Ogerpon into just a true advantage by making that small prediction, right? Maybe it wasn't a small prediction, but I would say it's a good prediction on my part, you know, expecting them to switch their Iron Bundle, so I did not go for Spore. That ended up paying off massively for us. Now they're going into Toxapex, but at this point, we just Spore. So this is not fantastic for them. Something on their team is getting put to sleep here. The problem is I might have to switch right after this because I want to take advantage of Toxapex being asleep. This is where I wish I had brought Espeon, because I could just switch into Espeon here and not really worry about anything. Actually, I'm going to go into Swampert here and just Earthquake. Just spam Earthquake. If we get the Terra out of their Toxapex, I'm also okay with that because then eventually we could just go, like if they eventually knock out my Swampert, I could just eventually go into Flutter main and, or sorry, go back into Breloom, put Toxapex to sleep again, and then eventually go into Flutter main and maybe set up a couple Calm Minds or something like that. Although Toxapex typically runs Haze, so that's something I need to keep in mind. But if I have Breloom in the back, it can just win the game against their Iron Bundle. So preserving it is really nice here. No way! Are you serious? They Toxic, okay. Well, this is fine. I'm still gonna Earthquake here. And if they switch into Bundle, they're still gonna take solid damage. The thing is, if we knock out Bundle and we have 2 or 3 Pokemon left, we're probably winning this game. Same thing if we knock out Toxapex. I think if we knock out Toxapex, it's probably pretty easy to win. But yeah, now if they stay in, you know, they could Terra here. I don't know what their Terra type is. I kind of feel like Toxapex I've run in the past have Terra Poison. I don't know if that's the right call or not. Might be a dumb play. They're thinking, they switch. That's great. I'm happy about that. Because we just get some damage on this. It'll probably be a lot of damage since we're Choice Banded. And yes, they will kill me with Freeze. Oh, okay, I'll take that. Yeah, there we go. I guess I should have expected that. I mean, the thing is, like, Bundle actually has a high defense stat, but its HP stat is not very high. So sometimes it surprisingly survives physical attacks, but also, I guess Swampert's just that powerful, right? I have no reason to not just Earthquake. If they're Terra Grass, I guess that could be super annoying. Actually, if they're Terra Grass, that could be really bad because then we can't Spore them. Terra Fairy. Okay, that's fine by me. Yeah. Now I just click Earthquake until I die, and then I go back into Breloom, put them to sleep, and just go from there, yeah. So we're in a good spot. We should not lose this game. They're just a lowly Toxapex. All right, they Liquidation. They could get an attack drop. No, I'm sorry. Liquidation does defense drops. So we're fine. They're not going to take less damage from us. Of course, they probably have Baneful Bunker, which is effectively Protect. So that is something... Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, opponent, for not having... Not, like, you know, making me stall that one out. All right. So those are the games for today. I just wanted to do a couple quick ones just because I wanted to show off the team a little bit more. And I'm really happy that I got to show off Swampert a lot more in this video. And Breloom, for that matter. Breloom was a super clutch Pokemon in that last game right there. Those were the two Pokemon that I didn't really feature quite as heavily in the previous video, even though I wanted to. It's funny because, you know, I built the team with, you know, bulky Chien-Pao, but I also wanted to show off, you know, again, Swampert and Breloom. And in the last video, it was the Incineroar show 2.0, because Incineroar is just so good. But yeah, so that's like one of those sets where I get really attached to it, and then I just start using it on like every team, the Incineroar set. So it's like in my back pocket now. I can just pretty much throw it on just about any team, and it's really good. So I'm gonna try not to do that, because I don't know if sometimes you feel like from a viewer's perspective, like it gets a little old seeing the same Pokemon over and over, which is why, as I've said in the past, I don't use Flutter Mane that often, or I try not to. I still use Flutter Mane often, but I try not to put it on too many teams because I understand like it's very, very good and like it could get old to see it all the time. So the next team I have, I built a new team yesterday, and it's a fun one. I don't know if it's as strong as this team, but it is fun, and it is showcasing a new Pokemon. And that team definitely does not have Flutter Mane, so you get a little break from that. And I don't think it has Incineroar either, even though honestly when I was building the team I was like, Incineroar could help this team, but I did not put it on the team because I've been putting it on every team lately. So anyways, hope you enjoyed, everyone. Please do leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos. I'm massively thankful for all the support I get, comments, likes, everything like that, shares, anything like that. That really helps me out so much, and I very much appreciate it. As of the recording of this video, you know, usually what ends up happening is I record my videos in the afternoon or morning, and then I don't end up editing them and uploading them until like the night, usually until kind of late at night. So let me know in the comments like how that upload schedule works for you. Like, do you end up seeing my videos like when they come out, or do you like usually see them in the morning? I feel like most people do, but anyways, yeah, that's something I could change my upload schedule if that works better for people. But this has been working decently for me. One final thing is, as of the recording of this video, Pokemon Day is a week away, a week from today, and they did say that there is going to be a Pokemon Presents presentation on that day. So that's next Tuesday, the 27th. We are going to be getting new Pokemon news. Whether it's going to be a brand new game or remakes of old games or who knows what else, this is going to be exciting. I'm super excited. I know there's some rumors going around. They are just rumors, but rumors that potentially... I've heard Gen 2 remakes. I've heard Gen 5 remakes. Personally, if I'm being completely honest, I would be super happy with either. It's funny because the kind of main, like, rumor, and again, this is just a rumor, this is not confirmed at all. The main rumor is like, well, the main two rumors are like Pokemon Let's Go for Johto, like basically Let's Go, like the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee games, but this time in Johto. I heard like Wooper and like Togepi or Meryl or something like that. And then the other rumor is Gen 5 remakes in the style of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. It's funny because a lot of people are upset by this news, and I mean, if you are, that's fair. I understand that. Personally, I am excited for that. I think the problem with the BDSP remakes were that, like, I liked the art style and everything. I think the biggest issue was that they were basically true one-to-one remakes of Diamond and Pearl, which they're good games, they're fun games, but maybe not the best. I thought Black and White were really good, and if they just remake that one-to-one with the little chibis, I would be okay with that personally, but, you know, that's just me. That's just my opinion. And then also, Pokemon Let's Go, honestly, I did not mind that game. I thought they were fun, and I love Johto. Johto's my favorite Pokemon region. I'm such a sucker for Gen 2 and for the nostalgia of Gen 2. It's my favorite generation, so if they made Let's Go Johto, I would love that. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you want to see in Pokemon Day announcements. What new games, what remakes, any shows, any spin-off games. Let me know in the comments. I also recently played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX on the Switch for the first time ever. It was my first ever Mystery Dungeon game, and I loved it. I had so much fun. So if they announced a new Mystery Dungeon game, I would also be excited. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think. We will see you next time. Who's we? Guess you'll just have to watch and find out.